Hi, Ron Rosenstock here. I'm at what we call the old mill. This was built during the famine, for the grinding of flour. And there's an old mill wheel next to me, and it's a very, very historic spot. Happens to be on the land of a friend of mine, a very, very good friend. I've been coming here for many, many, many years. Well, what I want to talk about today that's very important has to do with what really is the common denominator of all two-dimensional art. Now, let me explain that. When I first got into photography, I was really blown away, by the work of Edward Weston and Ansel Adams, working in landscape. There's something so magical about being in landscape. And I would go to the coast of Maine, and almost every weekend for about a year, desperately wanting to make images that moved me the way I was moved by Ansel's work and Edward's work. And it took the longest time. And I was basically kind of frustrating, but I didn't give up. I stayed with it, and it occurred to me like, I'm doing something wrong. I kept on looking for subject matter. I wanted to photograph the whole scene. I wanted the sound of the seagulls and the waves crashing and the beautiful formations of rock. I was seeing subject matter. That's not the best way to approach making a good photograph. A far better way that I realized later was to think about the common denominator of all two-dimensional art, and that has to do where one value meets another and creates an edge. All artwork, all the balance and composition is created by these edges. Think of any two-dimensional art. Think of your camera as an artist's easel. You're looking through that camera and you're creating a balance. You have to start seeing in terms of light reflectance values. A light area versus a dark area, like a deep shadow and a sunlit area, all go to create the balance of the image. A good experience would be to go out seriously looking for areas that have a hard edge, where the sun is out. For instance, in back of me now, there's some deep shadows, created by the sun on this beautiful Sunday afternoon in the west of Ireland. And so you have the shadows and the highlights on the grass. It's absolutely exquisite. And I could spend the rest of the afternoon just around here, creating a balance in my camera between the lights and the darks.